I think that's worked. I'm never entirely sure. Here we go. Hello everyone, I'm Iron Phoenix and welcome to Stoneblock 3. Right, yeah, so, University O. We might talk about that in a minute. But let's talk about Stoneblock 3 first. So Stoneblock 3 is the third, surprisingly, iteration in the Stoneblock series. And what I like about this pack is that it's meant to be a fast pack. There are some benefits to slow packs, but what I mean by fast pack is that there's no real boundaries. There's a few, crafting tweaks here and there, but generally, sort of fast packs are like, have fun. Here's a bunch of stuff. Here's a series of quests to help you through the mod, but just go do things. Just build. Just do what you want. Complete it in your own direction. And for the first time ever, I've actually managed to get a steam generator working. Turns out I needed to add more water. Weird, eh? And even then, I could probably do a bit more with these. But anyway, so yes, this is my little place. We've got some chickens. We've got some create mods. So as I said, there's some crafting tweaks here and there. You can't get ores by mining. You can get ores through other ways, such as lasers, Botania, and chickens. Chickens is a way, and create as well. Create some recipes, some different recipes from what it normally does. What you can't do is easily make gravel. You kind of have to use your auto hammers to do that. Yeah, it's a hammer based map, kind of like Agrarian Skies in that front. Though Agrarian Skies, I think later on you could get like pulverizers and like to do that sort of thing for you. So I have some chickens here that create resources such as ender pearls, diamonds, the quartz and the light. So there's that create thing up there. Steam generator there, which powers this one, which is a resource facility for sand and dust, namely to create redstone more than anything else. This needs fixing because I'm not. Yeah, I might do that in a minute because I should have all the resources that allow me to do that. This will be a nuclear reactor, like a mechanism nuclear reactor, not a. We've also got power in this pack, which could be used to create a small nuclear reactor. But no, I do want to create a big fission reactor, because who doesn't want a big fission reactor? Especially as while it's got Project E in this pack, that is one of the ones that has been tweaked. The recipes have been tweaked. So before I can get started with any of that, I need to get another star for the Philosopher's Stone, and I'm not quite there yet. And in here is just some extra machines. This one creates the andesite casings. The andesite casings? Oh, the basic casings for create mod. These ones, andesite casings, yes. And this one does, again, craft tweaker. This one creates the stuff for refined storage. I've got some mechanism machines up and all that sort of thing. Right, yeah, I do think that getting some importers up. But while I'm doing that, I can just talk about in University O. Because I was playing that mod for a little bit past couple of weeks. I saw Direwolf was playing it, so I thought, yeah, I'll give it a go. Why not? And going there. Right. Yeah, so I saw that Direwolf was playing. I thought, okay, I'll give it a go, see what it's like. And what can I say about that? The problem was that it didn't have enough freedom to build things. I mean, like Stoneblock, right? We are in a cave. Everything that I craft here is carved out of a cave. I mean, this is a pre-gen, this bit, and the this new house is something that I'm carving out myself. But you know, if I wanted to create to have like more stuff, this has got the chip mod in it, which for some reason Universio didn't. And the reason why I say that is because Universio is like, you're building a world. You know, that's the whole idea. You're building a world from nothing, which I like the idea of. But for a start, you don't get any rewards from the quests that you do. So the quest line is just like a, hey, this is to guide you through the mod pack. But it wasn't exactly difficult to go through some of the mod pack stuff. Not compared to, if I go to my quest book, this mechanism. So the mechanism quests are just the polonium, for polonium. Now polonium is difficult to make because there's an awful lot of just steps, as you can see. You know, you need to have your rotary condenser, oxygen, sulfur dioxide, that goes up to sulfur trioxide, and then you make that into hydrofluoric acid and uranium oxide, and then you combine the two, and then it goes into the... and so on and so forth. There's an awful lot of just steps, even just to get to this point. The machine that I will end up crafting is going to be a literal mess. But the output of that will be fissile fuel, which goes into a reactor, that goes into nuclear waste, that goes into polonium. And the reason why you need polonium is because the mech armor is probably the best armor that you get in Stoneblock 3, before you unlock the dark matter, red matter, and gem armor from Project Red. That is complicated. Now, going down the line, for example, for if I type in flower, because we've also got the extended exchange in this, like Universio did. The final quests for that were literally just going down the line of, you know, you're just making better and better flowers to produce more EMC. Which isn't complicated. You know, and for you to be doing a quest line and getting no reward for doing each quest, because each quest for these, you just get a random reward for it. And that random reward might help you, or it may not. Sometimes the random reward is something that you are yet to need to unlock in the quest book, and so you get another little bit of a jump in the quest book. That I like. Yeah, Universio. You know, but you know, so that was one side of it. The other side of it was obviously the building aspect. You know, thought, oh, I want to make a lab. Well, what blocks do I have? Well, I've got vanilla blocks, and I've got a few mod blocks that were added as a result of like not Minechem, but whatever Minechem was, pressure and the pneumaticraft. But this got chipped in it, and sure, I'm carving a world out of rock, but I can still, if I wanted some limestone glass, I've got that. You know, I've got all sorts of blocks. There's so many blocks, and these are all collapsed entries. So there's for each of these things, like barrels. I think you can, yeah, you got like multiple different types of jungle trapdoor. You know, it's very, very different. Or if you wanted, multiple different types of lantern. So yeah, I just kind of got bored of Universio in the end, because it's I wouldn't say it's necessarily a bad pack, but I think it the sort of the hype of it just kind of dropped off very, very quickly. But once you're just going through the motions, I think that's the point where it's like I don't really find this fun anymore, and that's it. That was a bit of a shame. Really, I should have put this a little bit further back. It's fine. Just need to grab this, and then I can make the importer, and then I can free up some of these systems once more. But yes, this pack is fun. I remembered that the flower, the EMC thing was in this, and I thought, well, let's give this another go. I got reasonably far in my last world, which there was an accident, basically, with my reactor, as there often is around me. The reactor sort of melted a bit, and it took a little while for the radiation to clear. But the worst part of this is the slimes that spawn. I just don't want them in my inventory, so they just live there. Right, so I should also just go and check on my mob farm as well, because I don't know if that's been running, but I've got plans for all of this as well. I have a lot of plans of things that I want to experiment with this pack. Things that I've experimented with in the past, such as I want to create at some point, this won't be on this stream, but I want to work on my idea for an inchworm drive again. Inchworm drives were old methods of creating motive power using red power, which was a mod. Not that dissimilar to create. And it allowed you to do all sorts of things, logistics systems, all sorts. But one of the things that it allowed you to do was build mining machines. And so there was this whole idea of creating the inchworm drive. I've missed my turn, but I've ended up down the mob farm anyway, so it's fine. I just want to check it to make sure that we're not filling up too much. No, we're not. I will take the string though, because I always need string. The rest of it can just exist. That's fine. Where was I? Yeah, so so the inchworm drive was just basically a way of doing a one block. So it would push itself forwards, and then it would pull the bit that it just pushed itself forwards on back, and then it can't just keep doing that. Now, Project Red doesn't exist anymore. The original author, moved on to other things. Bit of a shame. Elran was a very skilled coder, and it was Project Red was one of those core mods back in the day. Back in the day when you had things like forestry, you had railcraft, which was always fun. I always like railcraft. I think create is basically my new railcraft, because I always wanted to have railcraft on any pack that I played around with. I wanted railcraft, because it allowed for what did it allow for? It allowed for tunnel bores more than anything. Just being able to drop a tunnel bore down and it would just do everything for you. I liked that, and I liked building machines. That's what's always sort of drawn me back to Minecraft all the time. It's a bit of a shame in a way that games don't try and replicate what Minecraft allowed, or even what Minecraft mods allowed. All this is quite new, this ability to basically build a machine from individual parts. And each part does a specific thing. And it's a shame to kind of see that sandbox games don't really advance on these concepts that exist. Alright, there we go. That's got that working again, if I need it. Right, so I need to... Well, I need power. This is my power generation at the moment. That's not ideal. I would like to get that steam generator up and running. Because... Oh, yeah. You know what? Let's do the reactor. Reactors are fun. Right. I want to have a similar system to this. Over... Wait, no. Yes? Maybe? Yes, no. What I want is a similar system to this. But instead of acting as a steam generator for this power, I want it to act as a water pump, basically. So that in theory, I could replace that. What I think I need is a variable speed controller, because that will just neaten up all of that as well. So, for a variable speed controller, oh god, this is the really complicated one, isn't it? Yes, it is. Of course it is. Right, so a variable speed controller. What's it called? This one. Rotation speed control. Requires a precision machine, which requires a setup, which I am going to put into here. It's just a case of wriggling in some new space in the machine shop. Like so. Right. So I am going to need some fingers. So I'm going to need some brass, which I do have a block of brass. I need 3 more brass. Wait, 3? Yeah, 3. Just plate it all. Right, next up I need... Do I have any belts? I've got some shafts. I need 3 of these. And these are going to go here. Not making the same mistake again. Let's put that in there. No. Yes, maybe? Hold on. It needs to be there. And the output is going to be here. There we go. And then I need a belt. Do I have one? Yes, I do. And a funnel, of which I need a new one. Barrel. Do I have a chest? No, it needs to be a barrel on each side. I prefer the look of barrels. Anyway, I think I used all my barrels for something else, evidently. Right, so that goes in there, that goes in there, and that goes in there. So now I just need those deployers. So the deployers are just basically a big finger that pokes things. Do I have any spare wood? That's the next question. I've got some in there. One thing that has slightly entertained me and does slightly entertain me, when I watch people online, the builders online, and they're playing Create for the first time, and it's like all the things that they probably ever wanted to do in Minecraft is just like they can create a machine that allows them to do that. It's kind of interesting to see, and I know it's I need some quartz, don't I? Actually, no, I've got some rose quartz, because obviously I'm just carrying sandpaper around with me all the time. It's fine. I don't need to, but I do. I was watching Gemini Tay, who's doing a modded. They're doing One Life thing at the moment, and it's modded. It's got the chip mod. It's got some like in-game sort of it's got the chip mod. It's got a few sort of various just little modifications here and there, but it's also got the Create mod, which just means that people can just build insanity. And it's been interesting to kind of watch people to see what people do with. This is not going to. Well, it will work. It's just going to be a bit. I need to do it 5 times. This procedure is a little interesting. Right, so I have everything that I think I need. Oh, it's not that I need. It's iron. Okay. Right, so on the last one, that one goes there. Is it? It's small then big. Small, big, small, and then I'll just basically have to move it manually. There's also a failure rate, and I was playing Vault Hunters, and I really needed a precision mechanism for a speed controller. And the game just decided, you know what? We're just going to make you fail a bunch of these in a row. And obviously, with Vault Hunters, you've only got so much materials. So it's just like, oh, for goodness sake, I did eventually manage to get it, but it's like you're so limited with materials because an awful lot of those materials you need to do vaults to get. Do this 5 times. It's like a 5% failure rate or something, but the game at that point really did RNG me hard. Alright. This will eventually be done with a robotic arm. If I put a robotic arm somewhere around here, it can just then take the incomplete ones and move them back. But we got lucky and we got both of these. So I want to make a speed controller. I also need to have a cog. Do I have any big ones? No, I do not. benefit of the speed controller is that you can remove quite a lot of the mess when you're using it. So all of this can go. The downside is that you have to get a little bit creative with exactly how everything's fitting together. Right, so so that goes in there. That goes in there. I will then need get in there. Alright. No, not. I want you to go on top. No, not to the side. Okay. I need some more cogwells. And a casing. Unless I've got a gear shift on here. No, of course I haven't. No, I don't have any of that. I need to move all of this. In fact, I could probably just get rid of it, to be fair. But I do also need something to deal with these slimes. So many of them. Now, there are some things I can do about those slimes. It's just I don't want to. Means using Britannia. Britannia is a bit of I'm sure if I, put my head down on it and just kind of said, right, I want to learn this mod pack now. I want to learn what's good about it. I probably could. Oh, it's a very, it's a bit of an annoying. It can be an annoying pack to use, because although it's got some useful stuff, it just takes so long to make anything. There's very little in the way of auto crafting and the like. Right, that. So as you can see, this has neatened it up a lot, and I can speed it up without needing to use gearboxes. That is now going to get water. Which is now going to start that up again. Right, so we've got one of these. Now the question is, can I build a steam generator? Well, I can, obviously, yeah. So it will be a steam generator that is now running this pump. And it will be a separate one. I'm not going to use soul campfires, because I have other uses for campfires. It's another slime. At some point I'm just going to have to go, oh fine, I'll just make the thing from Britannia I need, which is just a flower, actually. The Bella Thorn would deal with those things, but it's a bit of a pain to make. Well, it's not. The thing is, actually, the Bellathorn isn't a pain to make. It's just I can't be bothered right now with the majority of Britannia. Do I have any tanks? I think I might have 3, which means that I should be able to make one more of these. Going to make me need to kill it off. why it spawned in a slime chunk, I'll never know. But I did get lucky there and get 2 epic loot crates out of that, so not complaining too much. Right, chicken. Got quite a lot of chicken. It comes from breeding chickens. You end up with a lot of chickens that are surplus to requirements. Right, steam engine will be the next thing, which will require one of these. I've learnt my lesson from the last time as well. The reactor will be a little bit more isolated, I guess, be the answer. Yeah, that did not go well. I can't even remember what happened with it. Not enough water, I think, was the answer I came to last time. Just not enough water going into it, and it just kind of melted slightly. All very embarrassing. Not least because I'm suddenly then needing to scramble to make hazmat, because the reactor has just gone. Yeah. Right, steam engine. I also need pipes. Sure I have, along with a pump. I guess the question would be, can I run 2 pumps off this one setup? For now, we'll see. Right, I need more pipes. They're easy to make, at least. Just to match up with this one. And turn that down. Right, that's not going to do that. Fine. I just need to get it running. Yeah, that's not running fast enough for that. Oh, for God's sake. Yeah, there we go. Right, I need to get this started. Since once it's started, it will run itself. At least it should run itself. Right. If I was to put a cogwheel there. I've also got encased drives, which I could run one along the top there. I think. Problem is, I don't think this will actually run fast enough. Yes, that's okay. That's going to need another controller on top, isn't it? I should have all I need. Brass. Except I did that with the brass, didn't I? I needed it as an ingot. And I've already got one of these. I mean, the other option would be to, except I don't think it's getting enough speed. So, in theory, this has, so this is all to do with stress units. So, this water wheel can do 96 stress units at the current speed, whereas this does an awful lot more. If I can get these running properly, if I can get this one running properly, then it can actually take over the running the water pump. Basically, it should, in theory, be able to provide power to itself. Problem is that at the moment these are just running too slow, so I need to speed it up. I was always planning on adding some more levels as well. This is fine. Oh yeah, and loot bees also appear every so often, so I'll just free that. That will give me a little bit of loot. Right, so this one currently isn't running fast enough. I'm not able to get the water into it. Okay, plan B. Can I share the water between it? Can I get it running? By doing this. No, because that's just going to kill both of them. I need to get these running. Ooh. I mean, a plan B would be to get this one going. This has got the stress units to play with. Right. So what I'm going to do, this is the sort of thing that I kind of wish I'd built like a gantry for. Right. At this time, this one is doing that, which means that I need that speed controller from up here. That one too, please. That's overstressed because that's reflecting on that. My brain can't deal with this today. Because I don't want to put this on a wash wheel. What I want to do is just have this powering that. So if I was to bring it off there, I still need to put it on the speed controller. But if I was to put it on there, because that'll just run as a pass through, I can then, it's going to be a little jank, but in order to get this running, why not? I could fix it all in post. That's I think the plan. Right. For the moment, that goes in there, and then these two go together. Ooh, this, so that's max speed. Right. Okay, next question is, if that's max speed, yeah, that's just because it's running the wrong way. That's fine. So that is now max speed thing, and that's now running. Which is great, but could I then run these off one another? Those are probably going way too fast. I can probably afford to just throttle that down a little to like 96. 96 should be fine. This is important information because I want to use Create for production of water. To basically be my liquid transportation, my fluid transportation, all that sort of thing, water, whatever. But I want to do it through steam engines. Back in the day, this is how you would do it. The steam engine came before the steam locomotive, after all. So, in theory, I can do the theory. I can't do that, but I can do that, and that will then break because it's going the wrong way. I think we no, that did not work. Right, okay. God's sake. I mean, the next step would be to just get this on. I'm probably going to have to mess around with that off camera, mostly because I want to expand this a lot more, I think. Maybe have one engine, but with like multiple steam engines coming off the sides of it. Maybe that will work a little bit better. Yeah. That's going to definitely need some work to kind of get that actually operational, which means the nuclear reactor probably won't have much done to it. Might be able to make a few. Actually, that one I can't make. That one, chemical oxidizer. Which one is that? That's this one. So I need a second chemical oxidizer. I can make that. while I deal with this slime. Withers as well also need to be done. That's gonna be... I need another star. So I can start on EMC. But that's also not going to be done for a while. Plate of shepherd's pie. I'll totally eat a plate of shepherd's pie. That's... yeah, I know what that is. I need to make a new drive, which is this one. Just throw it out. Right, that will last me for a little bit, but not long enough, unfortunately. Right, so that I need to make one of them. I need to grab a diamond. What's that in this system? I'm using refined storage. I think it's... I've always preferred refined storage to AE. Oh yeah, thanks for just... that's not gone well. Just have to put it in. Actually, no, I can put it under this one. And just put in a 1K module. Maybe put in something bigger if I can. So this is just to expand my storage. AE is fine. It's just AE. With AE, you need your controller. You've got all your channels and all that sort of thing to worry about. Refined storage is basically what AE used to be, which is just like, yeah, you know, this is just a way of creating much smaller, a much more compact. Sort of systems to put things in. I've got 4K in it. There we go. That should do me for a little while longer. This is kind of what I want the EMC, the Project Red. Equivalent Project E, that's it, Project E, because I can then just sort of throw all this stuff into a condenser. There's quite a lot of EMC stuff in here, which I don't really need in here, but I keep hold of it because it's potential EMC. But anyway, I think I'm going to end this for now. I will probably come back with some more Stoneblock maybe next week. Maybe get a little bit further along with reactors and the like. Maybe I'll even have a reactor. Maybe we'll toy around with being able to actually turn that thing on and create vast amounts of power, because it really does create a ridiculous amount of power. There are some glass chickens there. Woot. No, I don't have a roost. I need to make a roost. Fine. But anyway, I think I'm going to end here for now. Yeah, I'll make a return next week, I hope. if it's not too, you know, if the power's not being taken out by all the thunderstorms. Who knows? But yeah, I'll vacate now. So with that, I will say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.